Tragedies, unsolved mysteries, stories we never really got the answers to. But as Malaysians, these stories are need to know, and they mustn't be forgotten. Noritta Samsudin was a 22-year-old company executive and part-time model who had just returned to Kuala Lumpur from Hari Raya celebrations at her hometown in Kanga, Perlis. On December 5, 2003, Noritta was found dead by her housemates at their rented unit at a condo in Desa Seri Hartamas. She was lying face down, naked, and her limbs were bound behind her back with wires and an undergarment, while her face was covered with a pillowcase and her mouth gagged with a face towel. There were no signs of a break-in and no valuables were missing. When investigations began, Noritta's housemates testified that they had earlier encountered a tall, dark stranger with a strong body odor rushing out of their unit on the day of the tragedy. One of them tried to stop him, but he ignored them and quickly walked away. A post-mortem revealed that she was either raped or had sex prior to her death by suffocation. Police found several DNA samples that belonged to Noritta as well as 2 unidentified male suspects. A few people were then called in for questioning, including the victim's boyfriend, her housemates, a Finnish man, and the security guards at the condo. But it wasn't until Hanif Basree Abdul Rahman, a Shah Alam City Council engineer, turned himself in that the case was concluded. Hanif, who was 36 at the time, admitted to regularly having sex with Noritta and was named the main suspect as DNA tests found his semen in the victim. It was believed that Hanif was the last individual seen with Noritta on the night she was killed, and he was subsequently charged in court for murder and put on trial. During the hearing, a security guard at the condo testified that Hanif came over quite often and he was always seen with the victim late at night. Strangely, the court found that other guards gave different testimonies to the police and changed their stories a few times. Things got weirder as these testimonies contradicted that of Noritta's housemates, who testified that they knew Hanif very well and mentioned that he never had a strong body odor. In fact, one of them said that the man she saw had a darker complexion than Hanif. The trial lasted for months, and finally on July 1, 2004, the High Court acquitted Hanif without calling his defense on grounds that there wasn't enough evidence to warrant calling for his defense and that there were numerous holes in the prosecution's case. These inconsistencies include the unexplained foul odor as well as the presence of the unknown male's DNA, which suggested that this person was most likely the last person to be with Noritta and not Hanif. On January 26, 2005, the Court of Appeal heard the prosecution's appeal against the acquittal, but 3 days later, Hanif walked out a free man again when it upheld the acquittal, as it was unanimously agreed that the prosecution couldn't make out a basic case. Based on the fact that there were no signs of a break-in or signs of struggle from Noritta, it seems like she knew the person who murdered her. But unfortunately, the unknown male was never identified and he could still be out there.